Hi everyone, I'm Jebasingh, the director of Officers IAS Academy. Many of you will have the doubt, why can't government of India print lot of currencies and distribute to all the people so that India will become a very rich country. People of India will become richer. And some others will have this doubt. Why unnecessarily we are borrowing from World Bank? Why we have to borrow US dollars from World Bank, IMF and all? We have printing presses in Shalbani in West Bengal, Mysore in Karnataka. RBI printing presses are there. We'll print more and more currencies. Today, rupees 84 is equal to $1. We'll print more and more currencies and buy those dollars in the forex market rather than unnecessarily borrowing from IMF or World Bank. Let me clarify these things with an imaginary story. You all know the superstar of Tamil film industry is Mr. Rajinikanth. Rajinikanth is popular across India. He had political ambitions and all. In fact, he announced that he is going to form one political party and contest in the 2026 assembly elections. However, within 2-3 months, because of lack of reception from the public, he stopped with that idea. Now, you also know there is one Canary Islands in the Atlantic Ocean's Western African continent. It's around 7 islands are there, 7 major islands. It is under Spain till now. From there only, Christopher Columbus started his historic that voyage and found that new continent, that American continent. Now, this Canary Islands is still under Spanish rule. Now, Spain is thinking, just for imagination, Spain is thinking it's far away from Spain. Why to maintain that? Why can't we sell that? So, they are making one auction. In that auction, several people participate. Finally, Rajinikanth is the successful bidder. He buys the Canary Island. His intention is to make a model country, one of the best country in the world. So he buys that Canary Island and he names it, that island, as a new country called Pete. What is this Pete? That was one of his popular movies. So Pete means a place. So he names this country a Pete, United States of Pete, USP, because around 7 islands are there. A lot of people from India, from Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, UP, all his fans, many of us, we all move to, including me, including you, we all go to that Pete, the new country, because we want to become we want to be a citizen of one of the richest countries. Now, Rajinikanth immediately is a very nice man, so he thinks, why to have a autocratic rule, means monarchy. I am just because I bought the land doesn't mean people should elect me. So the democracy is introduced. Naturally, he will be elected. He becomes the prime minister of the new country, United States of Pete. Now, Rajinikanth now thinks of making a cabinet, appointing a cabinet. So I am also there. So I go and talk to him. I tell, sir, please appoint me as the finance minister. I cleared the civil service exam in India twice. I worked as an IAS officer also. So please appoint me as a finance minister. There is one Amartya Sen, one old person, 90 years old. He tells Rajinikanth, he has also come and settled there. So he tells Rajinikanth, why can't you make me a finance minister? I can give you wonderful ideas. But Rajinikanth gets carried away with the tag IAS. So he tells Amartya Sen, Mr. Sen, you be an advisor to me. Mr. Israel Jebasingh was an IAS officer, so let him be the finance minister. So he also tells me, see, Pete should become the best country in the world, richest country in the world. Take all efforts. 1 year goes. Let us assume every day that Pete, there will be a market. To that Pete market, every day, 200 lorries of onion, 100 lorries tomato, 100 lorries of potato, they all come. So many people, some people produce cycles, some people produce rice, some people produce wheat, some are fishermen because Pete is a coastal thing, lot of prawns, fish. So this is the situation in Pete. So 1 year goes and now Rajinikanth calls me and says, see, there is no difference between our India and Pete. It's the standard of living of the people are same. I thought you as a finance minister will make this as a model country, richest country in the world. What is happening? Then I tell, sir, it's a very simple thing. Why you are worrying? We have printing presses. I'll print lot of currency. Our Petai rupee. See, rupee is a Indian rupee is there, Pakistan rupee is there, Sri Lankan rupee is there. Like that, Petai rupee. So Petai rupee, I'll print every individual, every citizen's account immediately 10 lakh Petai rupee I'll credit. Don't worry, we'll distribute that. So then we'll become a very rich country. Then Amartya Sen, who's an advisor, he says, sir, Rajni sir, please don't listen to this fellow. This and all will not work out. But Rajnikant says, no, he was an IAS. Let's follow this. It's very simple method also. You have printing press also. Immediately people will all become rich. All will have currencies. So yes, lot of printing happens and every citizen's account, including your account, 10 lakh Petai rupee is credited. So almost a month goes. Now Rajinikanth, myself, all of us go and see. The standard of living of the people continue the same. Till now, let us assume every day, yes, 200 lorries of onion and onion price was 30 per kg, potato price was 40 per kg, tomato price was 50 per kg. After this, 10 lakh Petai rupee credited to every account. Now what has happened is, whatever onion was 30 rupees earlier, now it is 60 rupees per kg. Potato was 40 rupees per kg, now it has become 80 rupees per kg. Tomato was 50 rupees per kg, now it has become 100 per kg. Same with bricks, same with cement, everything prices have increased. But the standard of living of the people is same. Now Rajinikanth is quite worried. He says, what? So many people from India came and got citizenship here to make, they all believed in me that I'll make it a richest nation. But you as a finance minister not proving, it is still the same. Then I say, sir, don't worry, I have another idea. Just let us print a lot of currencies, sir. Now, 100 Petai rupees equal to 1 US dollar. Today, if you say Indian rupee 84 rupees is equal to $1, similarly, 100 Petai rupee is equal to 1 US dollar. So, I am saying, sir, let us print lot of rupee, Petai rupee, buy lot of dollars. With that dollars, in the forex market, we can buy lot of dollars, let us buy. Using that lot dollars, let us import topmost cars from Japan, best chocolates and watches from Switzerland. So from every country in the world, we'll import. Anyhow, we can buy dollar in the forex market. Then again, that old man Amartya Sen says, sir, don't listen to him. This and all will not work out. But Rajinikanth says, no, he is giving a wonderful idea. After all, he was an IAS, so it should be right only. Okay. A lot of printing of currency happens. Till now, 100 Petai rupee was $1. It has become now 200 Petai rupees equal to $1. So, whatever the same standard is still continuing, we could, let us assume every year 1 million US dollar is entering our Petai country. The same $1 million is only entering. Instead of 100 Petai rupees is equal to $1, it has become 200 or 300 Petai rupees is equal to $1. Now Rajinikanth is totally disappointed with me. He is telling, what is happening? Then Amartya Sen says, sir, I was telling you from the beginning, don't listen to him. Then he asks Amartya Sen, then what to do? I want to make this country the richest country in the world, richer than USA, a model country. What to do? Then Amartya Sen says, printing of currency doesn't make any difference. If you just see, this currency as such doesn't have any intrinsic value. Currency was introduced just for convenience. These are just papers. Human race initially followed barter system, but there were some problems in barter system. Barter system means there was no currency. So someone who's a tomato producer, some farmer who was producing tomato, he used to give 2 bags of tomato and get 1 bag of potato from the potato farmer. However, let us assume there is one in a village, there is one cauliflower farmer, there is one onion farmer. Now that cauliflower farmer doesn't like onion. He has an allergy for onion. So what our onion farmer will do? Onion farmer may like eating cauliflower. He'll go with 2 bags of onion and ask the cauliflower farmer, please give 1 bag of cauliflower. But what cauliflower farmer will say? No, 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 I don't like onion. Please go away. That is the problem. Let me tell another imaginary thing. Every village will have a barber those days. Now, one, say, tomato farmer, what he would have told? See, I'll to the barber who cuts hair. See, I'll give you 3 bags of tomato. You cut hair for me and my family members. Okay, that is what is barter system, because there was no currency. Now let us assume our barber and his family members have ulcer disease. So they cannot eat green chilies. Now in that village, green chili farmers will be there. Now when they come to that barber shop, what barber would have told, Arey, no, 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 please go away, go away. I cannot cut hair because I am having ulcer, me and my family members. Now the problem starts. Now green chili farmers only have two options. One, they have to remain without cutting hair, or they have to approach some other farmer. Let us assume they are going to tomato farmer and say, hey, that barber doesn't want chili, give me tomato. They'll exchange there, bring the tomato. But barber will say, Arey, already I have a lot of tomato. I don't want tomato. If you want, bring cauliflower. Cauliflower, there is shortage at my home. Then again, they have to carry this tomato now, go to the cauliflower farmer, exchange it and bring it here. These are practical problems. So, that is the reason currency was introduced. In fact, the earliest as of now, the human civilization, somewhere hundreds of years before the birth of Christ, in Sumeria, barley seed was used as a currency. Barley seed. After that, in the Mesopotamia, that is southern Iraq now, that Mesopotamian region, they introduced silver. Later, cowrie shell, which people play, cowrie shell was a very, very popular currency for centuries across the world. So, because it was easy to handle, so this was how currency was introduced. This currency, whatever paper or cowrie shell, whatever, they don't have intrinsic value. They are just for exchanging. Later, kings, when they formed the kingdoms, they introduced the currency and with their seal, so that it doesn't get, people don't prepare fake currencies. So, this currency as such doesn't have any intrinsic value. So, if you keep on printing currencies, you cannot become a richer country. Then Rajinikanth asked Amartya Sen, then how to become a rich country? He simply says, it's very simple. You have to increase the production. Now every day, 200 lorries of tomato coming to our Pete market. Increase the production to 400, 500. Make the government policies in such a way that it supports the production activity. More, instead of 100 lorries production, every day 200 lorries of potato should be there. Then Rajinikanth asked, you people are having potato, with more tomato, more potato, what they are going to do? Then Amartya Sen says, see, as you produce more and more, you can export that tomato, potato, bicycles. Since Pete is having a seashore and all, lot of prawn, fish, everything you export. Using that, you will get dollars. Now, Japan is very, very rich country, not just because of whatever their currency or no, simple reason, because they are producing for the world. See, they are producing Mitsubishi, Toyota, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Honda. They are producing so much. With that money, they can buy whatever they want. Similarly, if Pete has to become a developed country, rich country, printing currency, no, it doesn't have intrinsic value. Production you increase. And not just 3-4 individuals should be the richest person and carry all these productive activities. Every individual in Pete, every family member should be part of that production process. Means they should get jobs. So, build lot of schools in our Pete and bring the standard of education high. The students coming out should really have the skill. Using that, they'll become part of the production process. Then, as the production increases, the GDP increases. Japan or America, they are all very rich. UK, they are all rich just because their GDP is very high. So the production should be high so that, and people should become part of that production, so that means all should have employment there, so that the standard of living of the country will improve. Now only our Rajinikanth realizes this. Then immediately he tells me, Mr. Israel Jebasingh, thank you so much. You no longer need to be the finance minister. Go back to your teaching profession. And immediately he appoints Amartya Sen as the finance minister of our United States of Pete. After few years, yes, Pete has become a developed country. The standard of living of Pete is so good. Our Prime Minister Rajinikanth is also very happy, and our Finance Minister Amartya Sen has done an excellent job. Through this fictional story, you people could understand that, I hope you could understand that printing of currency doesn't make anything. Just by printing more and more currencies, a country cannot become richer. Rather, the production of the country should increase. If you have any doubts in this, please leave it in the comment. I'll try to clarify. Thank you from Israel Jebasingh, the Director of Officers IAS Academy.